Good morning to each and every one of you. I am so excited that today is the Miracle Magic, January 31st. Imagine that. We're going into February already, and we are completing our task here with our Miracle Magic. I'm so excited to be presenting to you this workshop, the last of the Miracle Magic series, to help us to move our dreams and goals into reality. So, with that, today is our final day, and I'm so excited because today it's going to be a transformational journey, and this powerful session will be truly connecting to personal empowerment and to step into fully who we are. Good morning, Suzanne. How are you?
You.
Good. You made it back from Mexico.
I did.
Good. Well, today we're stepping into the miracle magic, the transformation journey into authentic self expression and personal journey. This powerful session invites you to step into who you truly are. Well, my dear, we're going to get through this and then we'll have a chat after all about your trip.
Well, and how we're all inspired when we go out and do new things.
That's right, absolutely. So,
Uh,
this is a journey to our authentic self. Welcome to this sacred place of transformation and self discovery. Today marks a powerful moment of your journey, the day that we choose to step fully into our authentic power and embrace that magnificent person that you are and always have been meant to be. And in this session, we'll discuss is designed to help you to peel away the layers of conditioning, expectations, and the fear that have kept you from your true essence of yourself, your hidden self. Together, we'll explore what's meant to live boldly, authentically, and courageously in yourself. So, you see that open door? That's our lives. Each and every day, we choose to live boldly and in our authentic ways. There we go. I want to hide that. So, the masks that we wear, oftentimes people are not who they say they are. We often wear a mask. And throughout our lives, we collect masks, personas that we create to fit in and to please others, to protect ourselves. These masks may have served us once, but they also hide our radiant truth. Today begins the gentle process of releasing when that no longer serves you and revealing the authentic self that has been waiting patiently beneath the surface all along. So, understanding societal conditioning, the family expectations, the belief that and behavior we inherited from our families, often adopted without question to maintain harmony and belonging. The past experiences, some of our protective patterns we developed in response to pain, rejection, or trauma that may no longer serve our growth, and the cultural norms, society's unwritten rules about who we should be and how we should act and what success looks like for us, and the external validation, the habit of seeking approval from others rather than trusting in our own wisdom and authentic desires. So, Suzanne, tell me for a moment here, I'll stop sharing. And I just wanted to ask you, does this apply to you? Like, do you feel like what has been really affecting your own personal life?
Like, everybody has had their personal life past effect. It's how we move.
Yeah, it's how we move forward, right?
Mhm.
Okay, let me keep going here. And then releasing what no longer serves us. So, a lot of times we have things that are within us that really do not serve us well, like releasing old patterns requires courage and compassion. And it's not about rejecting where you've been, but honoring the journey that brought you here while making space for who you're becoming. The process involves recognizing the mask and also with gratitude that protected you when you needed protection. Now you're strong enough to stand up to the truth without them, and you're ready to let that genuine self shine through. The privilege of a lifetime is becoming who you truly are. And that's what Carl Jung said. So sometimes those things are like protections for us to keep us in care of our own well being. Good morning, Intharani.
Ing.
My-
I'm going to stop sharing for a moment here and just want to say good morning to you both. I just appreciate you both so much. And we're just going into talking about patterns of what's not serving us, and what's serving us. And I was talking to Suzanne. She just come back from Mexico. She was
Nice.
telling us that some of our hidden gems are in the new experiences that we create for ourselves.
Very nice.
So, Suzanne, what did you do this week that was different, that was unique, and really brought out the best in you?
Well, there's a real echo when we talk. Is it just me, or is it very? You guys hear echo?
Yes.
A little bit.
I guess I'll hear me
Maybe
talk.
I'll turn the volume down a bit. I don't know.
When I talk, I hear me talk.
Okay, so yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what that echo is.
Oh, maybe.
But anyways, tell us, what did you experience this week on your trip that was different, that was brought you out of your shell?
Well, the big thing is I've always been focusing the cost, being low end. Let's find a that I love did, but really wasn't that great. Kind of in the middle of nowhere, long walk there, and you'd always have to take you uh, what do you call those? Not YouTube. Can't the taxi that they have in the country. What are they?
Oh, Ubers.
Uber.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we'd have to do that, and then we'd get dropped off at the wrong one, and then we'd have to, have other people explain where to go, and we did that, and so then when we got to that, um, to where we were going, it would just be, oh, I could barely walk, but anyway. So then off we went, um, because we had signed up when we joined when we got to the airport, when we were just asking for directions, someone told us about this 1 day event that we could go. I have the workbook downstairs, but it's just such a high end where they have all these. It's just give me a second. I'm going to get the book just to show you. Be right back. You guys chat while I go and run down and get it.
Oh, how about you, Antarani? Good to see you, my friend.
No, it's great to see you too.
Yeah, so we were talking about old patterns, new patterns, and recognizing what doesn't serve us, and sometimes it's a protection. Have you ever felt that in your life?
Well, yeah. So in the past, I used to be a people pleaser. I did, wanting to please everybody. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, that didn't serve me because I lost myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't really fulfilling my needs and what I loved to do in my life. And now it's like I say no to things. If I need quiet time, I make that time for myself to re-collaborate well, I forgot the word anyways, but to align more deeply with my true self. And
Fabulous.
yeah,
Mm-hmm. So
so
important.
yes.
Did you find it, Suzanne?
Yeah, I know, but still on that topic in Thorani, it is really true that when every one of us is facing something new and we need either more quiet time and then we get the clue and the ideas and the direction, or we're just going to do something so surprisingly that it'll just blow your mind as to what you actually went on this holiday to do. And I'll send you photos of what we did, but it was we just went because we were picked up on a bus for a tour of this place called Xcaret. And if you
Mm-hmm.
it is this resort area in there where they have it's just unbelievable what he developed. But even the book that we got, like we got this, there's the ferry, there's just pools, and I'll text you guys pictures, but it's just the people there and what you do. And then they'll have buses, or you could take the ferry over to this event where they would have artwork and walk in there. And it was just the most unbelievable experience that I've ever had. The people are so friendly, and it was all in fancy hotel rooms, had the hammock on the balcony outside. It was me stepping out of my fear and my past and my limiting beliefs, and even the rejection that I got from my friend. It yes, I know, yeah, I spent $500 a day, but you know what? Or 300 when you convert it into Canadian, but that's for food and hotel and everything that you do. It's still because even coming back at the airport, we decided that we would split, one dish and have um, one drink. I forget what it's called, but it was like a not a margarita, but just something that was juice with something, and we had that, and that was $100 at the airport. So I'm just saying that when you go out, I guess this is what I'm saying to me that I experienced. And so I really, like all of us, it's not out there. We have the power and we have the ability to live the life that we truly want to instead of from scarcity or being hurt by someone who rejected me because I thought he was going to be my source or that other people were going to. And so, it's so true what I just wrote down authentic self. I was just listening to you, Lise. Release what no longer serves us. And there's old patterns, and that you just need courage to really step out there and do what you're going to do. And so I just know that there are different ways to leave what we know. How do you really do that in your own home? I mean, Lise, you've traveled and done new things. That's where you get it. Same with you in Thorani. And it's not that it's only out there, but it is you can't it'll come by surprise because you're not familiar. It's totally
Mm-hmm.
new,
Mm-hmm.
So I'll text you photos of our time together, but really
Absolutely.
coming back, do I have regret or do I have fear or I've just been listening to Tony Robbins for his 3 day, and I feel like he's really helping people that don't believe in themselves and are going to take those steps, not just repeat. That's
Mm-hmm.
too easy, but and I say that to all of my friends who I'm looking at, what new step are we going to take this year, the year of the horse? We know that what it was great. We know it's really comfortable, but what would be new? Because I just went to something so new that it blew my mind. Not that I want to go back there, but it was that experience of people so friendly and on the little, I'll text you guys pictures. It was just unbelievable. So anyway,
Fabulous. Thank you
Right.
for sharing. I look forward to seeing them.
yeah.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
How
So it's
about you?
really our authentic self, that we're really saying with your chapters. And I just appreciate you so much in those chapters of the new year, how you're going to look at your past and how you're going to plan your future. So I just say to each of you, what would be your next step or path that you're doing? And then we can go back to your beautiful, presentation. But what about each of you? What will you explore this year? Where are we? Can you?
Well, I think what Interani was saying is like, learning to say no, what's best for me, sort of thing, and time consumption. Like time is a big commodity to change.
Hmm.
It's value. Now, do you want to be around people that are sucking your energy, or do you want to be with people that are enhancing your energy? And I know for myself, like having gone to presentations, lots of presentations before, and I felt like I was on a treadmill. And I said, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. I am going to completely focus this year on what I want to get done on my business.
Hmm.
And not get sucked into all these other things externally to me because I have the power within. And Tony Robbins always tells us that, right? Even
Hmm.
Forbes, we have the power within to change ourselves. But I can't be on somebody else's, I can't be entertaining them all the time because it takes away from me presenting to the
Hmm.
world,
Yes.
being in their classes all the time.
Hmm.
So, at some point I have to be the warrior, the leader, like what Tony was talking about, and just step into my own authentic self. Sovereign self is what he was talking about, the king and queen. And, I can be the magician and I can be also the clown, and, I can arrange things and adapt things so that it works well with my life.
Hmm.
So that's where I'm at. I was just echoing what Interani's saying and saying no to different things that really do not add to my life.
Mm.
You
Well,
know,
I'm kind of the opposite. I think I didn't, because I was depending on things. I was really
yeah.
wasting my time, and I did have a very mean wake up call where I got a really mean message for him on December 31st. And he was my friend that I really thought we were creating together and going out marketing, and we talk about that. But again, it is that I pull angel cards every day. And I mean, really, I love in different rooms, they're always really great. But here, the word that I get is is forgiveness.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me means it shakes me up a little bit. I don't really want to really go there because I think it's negative. But no, I talk to myself in a positive and say, you know what? It's just releasing and really loving things that were so great. But even if someone dies, you still forgive. It doesn't mean you don't love. It doesn't have to be negative. Forgiveness isn't like it, to me it's a negative word, but how do I see what it's bringing me? It is even breaking it up. It is for giving. And when you think that this life now it is not for giving, it's for giving. And what
Mm-hmm.
is it that we are here to give?
Mm.
Well, the gift of ourselves,
Yeah,
truly.
That's
yeah,
right.
We
Yeah.
we
yeah.
are the gift.
Yes.
Okay, so coming back to the presentation, let's go back into here.
And you know what? Even
Yeah.
in the Tony Robbins, where I'd be so tempted to again, say, yes, I can do it. I should, because it's always great when you sign up again for that next, course. And it would be, because if I
Yeah.
had time and money, I would. But then I just really thought those are for people that aren't really clear what they're going to do. So with my card here, and this is how I am going to market instead of distracting myself, is generate income. This card that Lisa and I designed together,
Hmm.
and I printed it on my printer. Design your space,
Yeah.
income options, rental or Airbnb. So again, if I'm not out marketing and I have these great ideas, I'm not going to go anywhere. So it is just this way that even if you're going on a trip and you talk to someone, you inspire them or you tell them this or whatever. It is you have to get out there, and so it with clarity as to how you do want to live each day, right?
Hmm. Absolutely. And in that, Suzanne, you recognize your own unique gifts. And each of us carries unique gifts, talents, and perspectives that only we can offer the world. These aren't just skills or abilities, they're expressions of your essential nature, your soul signature to the world. And when you recognize and celebrate these gifts, you begin to understand that your irreplaceable value. And discovering what makes you special, your natural talents. These are the abilities that come easily to you, the things others notice and admire, that flow naturally from who you are at your core. And then your unique perspective. The way you see the world is unlike anyone else. Your experiences, insights, and understanding offer something irreplaceable to those around you. And your authentic passions. What lights you up from within? And what makes you lose track of time? These passions point to your soul's purpose and your deepest gifts and your healing presence. The energy you bring to every space, the way you make others feel seen, heard, and valued. This is a gift beyond measure. And with that, what is your natural gifts? I know in Thorani you have the gift of speaking and touching people's hearts. Suzanne, you are an architect for life. Like you can help people to feel good about their environments and how to make that space more livable and peaceful and beautiful. And those are some of the unique natural talents that I see in the both of you that are really, really authentic and beautiful.
And you, what's yours?
Mine, I feel like I bring people together. Like I can do presentations and things like that. And I like to hold that warm space where our hearts can share with each other and we can celebrate each other's contributions. And because every time I see you guys, it's a celebration of life and love and leaving a legacy in our hearts. That's who I am. That's what I feel I bring to the table.
It's beautiful. And you do.
Yeah, and you guys do too. So, celebrating your contributions, take a moment to acknowledge the beautiful impact you already had on the world around you. Your presence matters, your voice matters, your unique way of being in the world creates ripple, positive change, even in ways that you never fully see or understand. Celebrating yourself isn't ignorant arrogance. It's recognition of the divine spark within you. When you honor your gifts, you give others permission to honor theirs. And your self acceptance creates space for collective transformation and authentic connection. I think that's so beautiful because, that's what we're all here for. We're here to celebrate each other, not to compete, but to celebrate your skill sets because it is beautiful, it is authentic, and nobody can replicate you.
Mm.
And even out of that, I just thought I wrote down hold Zoom calls with Lise and Intharani because even if it's a topic, I just say we know this is really great. People are a little lost and looking, and a live event like this that has information. And I know you've listed this, but how many people are finding you? I just really say that every one of us has to have personal invites to different people that on that time can listen to something. And what would our topics be? But just your feedback on that, or we just
I think we just continue to connect, and this will be available to you after. You can share it with whoever you want, and let's continue sharing the light to the universe because you never know where this information is going to land and how people absorb it. And I just feel like it sets us up for a great year that we have these in our minds as we're working in our on our goals and our dreams and also in our businesses.
Mhm.
Doesn't that sound amazing? So
Yes, absolutely.
it's all about sharing our light with the world. Your light is meant to shine, not hidden, not dim, not apologized for. When you express yourself authentically, you give others permission to do the same. Your genuine presence becomes an invitation for everyone around you to step more fully into their own truth. And sharing your light doesn't mean you need to be perfect or have everything figured out. It means showing up as you are, vulnerable and real, and allowing your authentic self to be seen. This courage is contagious. It inspires, transforms, it inspires transformation in ways that you never fully comprehend. So, in essence, we are the lighthouse to the world, and we share our gifts, and we make an impact. And people will see us and appreciate us for who we are. So, ways to express our authentic selves: speak your truth. Use your voice to share your thoughts, feelings, perspectives. Your words have power to heal, inspire, and create meaningful change. Create from your soul, whether through art, writing, music, or any form of expression. Let your creativity flow without judgment or self censorship. Connect authentically. Build relationships based on genuine connection rather than performance. Let people see the real you, imperfections and all. Serve from abundance. Share your gifts generously, knowing that your unique contribution make a meaningful difference in the lives that you touch. I believe in that for sure. So the ripple effect of authentic living, infinite impact, and that's why we see the number 8, kind of like the 8 of infinity. Every authentic action creates ripple effects that extend far beyond you can see or measure. So remember, when you're doing work out there, remember that figure 8 of infinity, or that's what we want to do. When we speak our words, when we're recorded, when we write books, when we talk to people, what kind of impact do we want to have on that person? One choice. It takes just one moment of courage to begin transforming your life and inspiring others. And 100% fully present. When you show up completely as yourself, you give others permission to do the same. And that's so true, I believe. Now, stepping into your authentic power. True power isn't about control or dominance, it's about being aligned with your deepest truth. When you step into your authentic power. You claim the right to take the space, to be seen, and to matter. You recognize that you are the author of your life story and create your own reality. And what authentic power looks like: self awareness, understanding your values, your desires, your boundaries, your truth without apology or justification. Like Suzanne, it sounds like you were working with the self awareness of the environment that you were in. And then you just took a bold action when you said, okay, I deserve to be in that space, making choices that align with your authentic self, even when they're uncomfortable or unconventional. Like you said, it was like $300 a night or whatever, but it was worth it, right? And your resilient spirit, trusting yourself to handle whatever comes, knowing that your worth isn't dependent on external circumstances, and your continuous growth, embracing evolution as you discover deeper levels of your authentic self and expand into new possibilities. And it brought you to that experience of really living courageously from your essence. So, courage isn't about absence of fear, it's about taking action despite the fear. Living from the true essence requires daily courage: the courage to be different, to disappoint others, to claim your needs, to change direction, to stand alone if necessary. And this courage becomes easier with practice. Each time you honor your truth, you strengthen your authentic power. And each time you choose alignment over approval, you become more deeply rooted in who you truly are. The path becomes clearer, the voice of your soul becomes louder, and your life becomes a reflection of your deepest values. So imagine yourselves into that space here with that woman, that this is us standing in our true essence. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous and beautiful?
Yes.
So, your daily practice for authentic living. So, our morning intention: begin each day by connecting with your authentic self and settling an intention to honor your truth in all that you do. My number 2 is mindful check-ins. Throughout the day, pause. Notice when you're acting from authenticity versus when you're wearing a mask. Gently redirect. And number 3, courageous choices. Make at least one choice daily that honors your authentic desires, even if it feels uncomfortable or challenging. And number 4 is grateful reflection. End your day by acknowledging moments when you showed up authentically and celebrating your courage. I think that would be absolutely fantastic to incorporate all these each and every day.
So on that topic, when you just think of the courageous choice each day, it is, you reflect on that. What would that be? In what way? Because that is really stepping out and making a call or doing something, right?
Yeah. Well, I'll give you an example. The other day, I contacted a lady that I met in November on my way to Winnipeg to my workshop. She stopped me in the airport and we got talking. And she says, "Where are you from?" And I said, "From Edmonton, Alberta." And she was from Minnesota, from the States, and she's doing work on the murdered and missing peoples in the States. So she gave me my card. She gave me her card, and she gave me a gift. And I just courageously phoned her yesterday And she says, you know what? We are planning an event. Maybe you could be a speaker at our event. So I contacted her coworker who's organizing it all, and I sent her information. So you never know where things lead you to.
So where would it be and what would your topic be?
It'd probably be in Washington, D.C., and it would be about how to heal people dealing with their grief after they lost a member, missing and murdered peoples in the States. Because they're working on a lot of the indigenous people that are missing and murdered in Canada and United States. And these ladies came to speak in Canada. So they said that you'd be perfect possibly for a discussion of some of the work that we do, but healing, helping the families to heal, giving them tools and skills to heal. So,
Yeah, lots of murders out there where they have lots of guns.
oh, absolutely,
That
yeah.
so that happens there, but then even here, what would the
Yeah,
murder be? It's really overdose or things that we can get here. You can't get gun.
yeah,
People, I imagine, can get drugs pretty easy, you know?
yeah. So that's where the courageous choice came yesterday. I says, you know what? I have this card in my wallet and I need to call her and follow up. So I did. And that's what the outcome was.
So
So
it's better to phone or send
I
an
phoned her. I phoned her actually. Yeah, I gave her a quick call. Mm-hmm. So that worked out really fine.
Great.
email.
Hmm.
So, and I think, these kind of intentions or this daily practice of authentic living, this is really helpful when we have like our own accountability partners that we can talk about some of these different areas and help to expand on. What did I do? My mindful connections and check-ins and with my connections in order to help me to move myself further into my authentic living.
Well, I would like you to be my accountability partner because it is so easy when you can just live free and do whatever you want.
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
I
I
think
just have that list of how much do I really do, and so I have my,
yeah,
So yes, please. So what does that mean? We'll chat once a week
yeah.
with goals. I think that's good.
We can chat about that. It seems like we're kind of like the Canadian contingents of the Forbes Riley kind of
Yeah.
like folks, and it's like we're in our own nest of the woods, and it's like they're really expanding big, and it's like I don't find that we get the chance to really do a lot of the deeper work.
No,
With
they're just marketing, and all of her photos are just how beautiful she looks. I really disagree that if that were your message and all you do, she's just really advertising herself and her beauty. And she is not saying, look, I was unsuccessful, whatever. And really people can see her beauty. She doesn't have to keep saying, I'm so beautiful, I'm so beautiful. I just
yeah,
really really, I just look at her photos that she posts, but it's important. I think it's important to post on Facebook or whatever, and it could just be that one pager, or it could even just be a message
yeah.
with a
Well,
photo of a beautiful environment.
yeah,
This is what we're really trying to do to help others.
yeah. Everybody has different ways of expression, like, right or wrong, or however people want to present themselves. I know for myself, it's more like going deeper, like these conversations is much, is very, feeds my soul. And this is where I'm at and where I want to stay at because this is where I get a lot from the people that I connect with, like yourself and Interani, and people that want to have those heartfelt conversations. Not that Forbes doesn't, but I know that lately it just seems like it's, she's different in her expression to the world. It just seems. But anyways, indifferently, like I'm indifferent with how they're advertising, and that's their thing. But I appreciate all the work that Forbes Riley and her team does. Honestly, if we didn't connect, we wouldn't have ever connected together.
That's
Yeah.
true.
However, I'm just grateful that we're bringing it all together, us as a team here now.
Mm.
How about you and Tarani? How are you feeling about it all?
Yeah, it's for me, it's all about just growing myself inward.
Yeah.
My world is that reflection of the outer world. And it's just to, really just come from that place of love on a consistent basis.
Yes, absolutely.
That's my work, and it's what I want to, that's where I'm leaning towards.
You're aligned.
Yes, to be aligned,
Awesome.
that alignment. Yeah.
Awesome. So it's all about integration and bringing it all together. This journey has been about remember who you truly are and the benefits at all layers you've accumulated. You've explored releasing masks, recognizing your gifts, sharing your light, and claiming your authentic power. Now it's time to integrate all these insights into your daily life and commit to living as your truest, most empowered self. Integration isn't a one time event, it's an ongoing practice of choosing authenticity again and again. Some days you feel it feels easier than others, and that's perfectly natural. What matters is your commitment to your journey and your willingness to keep returning to your truth. And then your commitment to authenticity. I honor my truth. I commit to listening to my inner voice, honoring what it tells me, even when it's inconvenient or challenging. I protect my energy. I set healthy boundaries and release relationships, situations, or patterns that don't align with my authentic self. And I choose growth. I embrace discomfort as a sign of expansion and trust myself to navigate wherever I arise on my journey. And I lead with love. I approach myself and others with compassion, knowing we all are doing our best to live authentically. So that's basically it. And just as this is my information, I'm the founder of my wellness. And then just want to say, commit to your next steps is to commit to your daily practice. Find your support system. These are really, really important, and celebrate your small wins and keep evolving. So commit to daily practice. Set aside time each day to practice what you've learned, even if it's just 5 minutes of authentic self connection. Find your support system. Support yourself with people who celebrate your authentic self and encourage your growth and transformation, and celebrate small wins. Acknowledge every moment you choose authentically over comfort. And then each choice strengthens your authentic power, and keep evolving. Remember that embodying your true self is a lifelong journey. Be patient and compassionate with yourself along the way. And then step into your light. You are ready. You are worthy, you are enough, and exactly where you are. The world needs your authentic gifts, your unique perspective, and your irreplaceable light. And thank you for having the courage to show up, to step up into your power. Sincerely, enlightened love, Lise. So that's pretty much it for today, my friends. Sharing this information with you has been very humbling for me, and I think this is something that we can do, to continue on sharing this message is by being accountable to each other, like Suzanne was saying, right?
Mhm.
Let me find my let me find my place here. I stopped sharing and then all of a sudden I can't find my screen here. But how did you find today? Was this helpful?
Phenomenal.
Yeah,
What's
it was.
that?
Phenomenal.
Yeah, it
Aw,
was very,
good.
very
It's
uplifting.
like in bold letters, step into your light. And
Yeah.
it's so
Ye-
true with courage. Like when it's
yes.
going to feel good, we have to step into it. We have to take action.
I think that we have our own gifts that we have to share to the world. And, it's within us. I think we can take this further to the world ourselves, us three. Like we have some gifts here that we could share. Like even when I come to Vancouver, we could do a session like this. And like I don't mind sharing. We each take a part of it and we do like a 3 or a 4 hour retreat and we go through all of this kind of stuff. And each section we could create our own stuff, to make it more pliable to people that could really connect with us.
So would it be live or Zoom? Like this is the part about uh, groups of people.
Well,
Li-
the nice thing is that we could be live.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Like, just have like 8 to 10 people or something like that. And it could be something that we, co engineer together. We could include like Intharani's relaxation exercises. Suzanne, you could do something on art or something like that. We could create whatever we want.
Mhm.
And I think it would be absolutely marvelous to do something like that. Because I think people want to go deeper. They don't want to just be on the surface. Look at
Yeah.
us. We're just going deeper into talking about what we feel that we need.
Hmm.
And I think part of the accountability I just wrote down here, that maybe a Friday or a Monday we do set up a time and, could be Monday night because that's a good time or, that we just really say, and it would just be, again, a Zoom call where it is what we achieved with our goal so that we will really be accountable for what we're really trying to do in this next week. Like even just I contacted 5 new people and I did this or I did that. I mean, I just really think accountability is part of the support system because then when you win, you feel so good
Yeah.
doing it and you make the effort because someone does care what you say that is going to really help you, because otherwise it is okay to follow that busy schedule. We're all busy. It's not like we really need more work to do,
Hmm.
more emails, more everything. It does have to be different. Or there's so I even thought what
Hmm.